I fell off the MrBeast train a while back, and like I watch some of his videos here and there, but I'm not keeping up with it. However, I realized that there is some juicy drama going on in the MrBeast world, and I'm like, what the hell happened? And then it turns out that Chris turned into Chris. And a lot of people don't like that. And that's the theme for today's video. It's not Chris turning into Chris, it's who gives a shit. What is crack-a-lack, my people? It's Jabika, and welcome back to Trash Times with Jake, a video series where I complain about stuff that happens in my life or in the world. You can listen to it if you really want to. So, for today's theme, like I mentioned, it's the art of not caring. That's basically the main theme. Now, it's not like the whole theme with the whole controversy going on with Chris and MrBeast, but it's a huge lesson people can learn in not giving a fuck. Now, that's from the fans' perspective and the people's perspective, but also from Chris's perspective, because apparently both parties can't just keep to themselves and they gotta talk their shit, man. They gotta care about what the other person said or what this person's doing to that, and blah, blah, blah. It is a whole shit show. But let's not get that far yet. Background story time, guys. All right, background, gather around the fire, because I'm about to sing you a campfire song. And this CAMPFIRESONG song is a doozy. So in order to talk about this, we have to talk about Chris, where they have been away from the channel for a while, doing their own thing, and it turns out that they've been going through hormone replacement therapy to transition. And they recently came out onto a MrBeast live stream showing off their transition. Not like showing off, but basically being there and just opening up packages, talking and doing their thing. They're dressed differently, and if you've seen pictures of Chris lately, if you even bothered to care about it, you could see the long hairs going, the face, the clothes, and everything. And a lot of people like it. Also, a lot of people don't like it. It's weird because I'm in this middle gray area, and this is my honest opinion. If you want to transition, if you want to do your own thing like that and live your life like that, go ahead. You're not affecting me. My feelings on how I feel about you transitioning from male to female, female to male, non-binary, whatever you want to say, it doesn't affect me like that, and I don't really take it personally. So I feel like my feelings on whether someone should do it is meaningless. Now, if you want to spend your money, go for it. Like, I mean, hell, spend your money the way you want to spend your money, but just know the risk, know the do's and do nots while you're doing it, and just be safe about it. If you want to live that life, go for it. Ain't no skin off my back. However, with a lot of people, there is a divide between the people who support Chris and the people who do not. Now, the people who support Chris have been really supportive on Twitter and on the videos, TikTok, and all this, while there's people who are much louder than the supportive ones, at least from what I have seen, are much louder in the memes and the jokes and the videos on TikTok and Twitter, where they've been just going after Chris, saying that the old Chris is better than the new Chris, old Chris would make fun of this Chris, and all and everything you can think about. But the whole meat of this controversy really lies on Twitter, because there were two accounts that had particularly talked about this situation, and not even talked about it, they just made tweets. One of them saying that, oh, the old Chris would make fun of the new Chris, which was made by Yoxic, and another user by the name of FearBuck had said, we live in an evil world, man. And both of them got little messages from Chris saying, hey, you better get ready because I'm gonna sue you. And when these messages were sent out, two different outcomes came out of it. One was with FearBuck, who had their account suspended, and they had to make a new one, and people are still trying to suspend their account because of what they said, and doggy dog world, man. Doggy dog world, best of luck. However, that wasn't the same for Yoxic's account. Yoxic was able to keep their account and the conversation continued, where Chris DM'd them again, basically saying, oh yeah, man, you know, I hope you didn't get any extra heat for this. It was all a joke, haha. But they say all love though, so that's good, that's good. And as a response, Yoxic goes, I wasn't joking. I do not fuck with you. And that's where it gets a little bit juicier. Yoxic came out the hands when Chris was trying to be all easy about this shit and made the DMs public. Yoxic made these DMs public, so Chris saw it and made a response with his own DM that he sent to Yoxic saying, hey, you definitely fuck with me enough to keep on fucking with my shit. Good luck, I guess. I definitely don't fuck with you, and I'm glad I gave you your 15 seconds of fame. Yoxic tried the ratio, Chris. Didn't work. In fact, it didn't work so much so that Chris sent out a picture of what I'm assuming is a wired $1 million to his bank account, flexing on him, saying ratio this, and then maybe we'll talk. Whoo. Okay, so this is where Chris's shit comes in, because I was fine with everything that was going on, at least from Chris's side, because they're handling it pretty well until this point. Because, one, Yoxic, you got the hands. You got the hands, and by God, fucking $1 million slapped in your face. That's kind of tough. That is kind of tough. Now, I'm not making fun of you like that, because it is what it is. It is what it is. A dog-eat-dog world out there, like I said. And I understand, going into the mud pit like that and interacting with those people, throwing dirt in their face, it's kind of funny a little bit, because they're making fun of you. However, when you start throwing around the money like that, it kind of makes you look a little shallow a bit, because we all know where that money came from. And I know you worked hard on MrBeast's channel, and I know you're a part of it and the whole business and everything, but you got to understand that that's Jimmy's money. That is Jimmy's money. And if Jimmy is perfectly fine with you waving around that money in people's faces like, haha, I'm doing better than you, you should get on my level, we all know you're doing better than us. We all know. I know. The guy down the street knows. I bet the 7-year-old child knows. We all know that you're doing better than us. So I guess like waving around that money was like sort of like an overkill measure that you took to try to prove a point for something. Chris, who gives a shit about what they say about you? You're living your best life, and we all know you're living your best life. So go live it. Who gives a shit? And to the people who want to criticize Chris and all this stuff, do you really fucking care about him? Do you really care about him if he's going to do this whole transformation bullshit? Because at the end of the day, I don't. So why should you? Why should anyone really care about what Chris is doing with their life? If they want to fuck it up, they can fuck it up. If they want to live their life and be happy, they should be happy. They're only hurting themselves if they're going to hurt anyone. If that's your whole argument with this whole bullshit. If you think this is, a mental illness shit, they're hurting themselves, okay. Okay. Fuck it. Fuck it. It ain't affecting you. It ain't affecting me.